Few years ago, I was attending a session on management. The teacher had just delivered the lecture on management. At the end of the session, teacher asked us few questions to validate the knowledge level what we learned in the session. I was one among them. I knew answers to most of those questions. Still, I could not raise my hand. It is because there was a feeling or there was a thought running in my head that what would people think of me? What would the teacher think of me if my answer turns out to be a wrong answer? Would my friends make fun of me? With all those thoughts running in my mind, I could not take action. I could not raise my hand on that day. It is the fear that stopped me to take any action, even if I knew all the answers to the questions, at least most of them. So what is fear? So it is the feeling that something potentially dangerous, harmful, painful that might happen. So it is not real. It is in future that something might happen. And it is non-existent as of today, as of now. So hence it is not real. And it is created in our mind. Hi, my name is Girija Shankar. Today I am going to talk about how do we deal with fear. Because 70 to 80% of our decisions in our day-to-day life is influenced by fear. So if you know how do we deal with fear, we would be able to take our decisions more effectively. So in order to explain this better, I want to take you all several years ago, that is back in Stone Age. We as humans used to live in jungle along with other wild animals. So there was a potential danger situation looming every step of our way. Every step of our way, there was a danger. Shall we be eaten by tigers? Shall we be eaten by lions? So hence, there was a small little part of our brain called amygdala. And many people call that as lizard's brain, that tried to keep us safe. It tried to keep us protected by instructing us, or by generating this feeling called fear in our minds. And with that, we were able to take action. Shall we move this way or that way? Do this, do not do that. So that is the fear. It was generated and it tried to keep us safe. Now fast forward several years after, in today's times, several things have changed. Man and every civilization has undergone evolution, and humans have evolved over a period of time. Technology and science has taken the center stage. In fact, science and technology has been impacting our lives in our everyday lives. No more we are living in jungles. So the potential dangers what we were there several years ago in Stone Age, they are no longer there most part of our life. But however, amygdala, the lizard's brain, it does not distinguish what is a good challenge versus a bad challenge, what is a good risk versus a bad risk. It still stops us to take action. It's by generating fear, by creating fear in our minds. Now, let's try to understand how this works. So there are 4 triggers which generates or creates fear in our mind. Uncertainty, attention, change, and struggle. These are all the 4 different situations it creates fear in our mind. And if you look at it closely, it has 2 parts to it. One is a potential dangerous situation for which amygdala asks us not to take action, and there are also potential opportunities for us. For that also, amygdala prompts us not to take action. As I said earlier, it does not distinguish what is a good challenge versus a bad challenge, good risk versus bad risk. And because of that, we tend to miss a lot of opportunities in our life because the fear is there in our mind and it stops us to take actions whenever life presents us so many opportunities. Our minds keep telling us, hey, maybe you are not ready, you will not be successful, why are you going there? For every presentation, for every competition, before every competition, your mind tells us that, hey, you are not ready, why do you really need to take participation, because you will not end up in the podium. So it is quite important for us to understand what is that potential dangerous situation versus what is that the real opportunity that might help us in future. And if you understand that well, we will be able to deal with fear effectively. So the question arises, can you be able to kill the fear completely? Can you be able to eliminate the fear? Can you be able to kill this lizard's brain? In my opinion, you cannot kill it because it's already part of our system. But you can do one thing. You can live with it. You can dance with fear. And by doing that, you are just taking the small baby steps. I'll call them as actions, small actions. And if you take a small baby step or small action, you feel that fear is no longer there. And by taking actions, you are dealing with fear effectively. There are other aspects, for example, clarity in thought, having faith on yourself, on your abilities, and most importantly, having a discipline that helps you to deal with fear. But in my opinion, it is a single action. It is a single step which is called action, or the small baby steps, which will help you to deal with fear effectively. And it's not a matter of a day, you take a step and then you become fearless. No, it's not like that. You need to, by taking those small actions every step of the way on a day-to-day life, you build that muscle that whenever you feel fear, you'll be able to take those actions, small baby steps effectively, and that is how you can deal with fear effectively. So I will stop here. If you have any questions, feedback or suggestions, please do comment below. Thank you.